Turner here with a video on solving compound inequalities. Our learning target today is I can solve compound inequalities. Add I5 solving compound inequalities intro to your table of contents. Okay, I5 solving compound inequalities. First of all, a compound inequality is made from two inequalities. There are two types, and or. And inequalities are joined by the word and. Statements with a common element, such as this one over here. Don't let it freak you out. -2 is less than x is less than 5. This is called the sandwich format, and it's two written together kind of in a shorthand. Either way, in order to do this correctly, solutions must make each part of the inequality true for an and statement. Okay? Now, or inequalities are joined by the word or. Solutions make either part of the inequality true. So let's look at what this means when you're graphing. Over here, I have two inequalities. I have -2 is less than or equal to x, and I also have the inequality that x is less than 3. So make your life easier. Write them out. This one is -2 less than or equal to x. We have already discussed that when you're graphing, it's easier if you put the variable on the left. So I'm going to swap those, x and -2. And remember, the arrowhead is pointing towards the -2, so I must keep the arrowhead pointing towards the -2. This means it is going to be a filled-in dot and going to the right. That is your first inequality. Your second inequality is x is less than 3. That one's very straightforward. The variable's on your left. You're going to put an open circle going to the left. So in order to make both of these statements true, both of these conditions must be true. So I am going to go to -2 and put a filled-in dot. I'm going to go to +3 and an open dot, and I'm going to draw my line in between. These are the only values that make both statements true. An or inequality is a little bit different. In an or inequality, you have two things going on. We have x is less than -1. We know how to graph that. You put an open circle on -1 and go to the left. Or x is greater than or equal to 2. Filled in circle going to the right. That's how you graph these solution sets. But how do you solve them? So to solve these, if it is written as one inequality sandwich, you need to rewrite as an and inequality. So you are just going to write out both of them. You're going to solve each inequality separately. So what does that mean? You have two problems in one. And then you're going to combine the solutions. You're going to combine the two answers into one solution. All right, so let's check this out here. On the left, I have 10 is less than or equal to 2x plus 4. And on the right, I have 2x plus 4 is less than 20. So we have two equations. Our first one being 10 is less than or equal to 2x plus 4. We're going to use the word and. Because there are two of them, we have to remember we have to make them both true. Our second one is 2x plus 4 is less than 20. Notice the element 2x plus 4 is in each of these. We're going to solve them pretty much the same way. In our one on our left, we are going to subtract 4 from each side. 10 minus 4 is 6, is less than or equal to 2x. I'm going to undo multiplication by dividing. I have 3 is less than or equal to x. Again, sometimes I like to rewrite this. I'm going to put x on the left, 3 on the right. It is pointing towards the 3, so I'm going to keep it pointing towards the 3. And that one is going to be filled in going to the right. Over here on the left, I have 2x plus 4 is less than 20. I'm going to subtract 4 from each side of the inequality. Bring down my 2x is less than 16. Divide both sides by 2. And you get x is less than 8. Open inequality going to the left. So how do you graph this? You make your number line. Put the number 3. Put the number 8. I have filled in going to the right. I have open going to the left. And that's how you graph an and. Problem 2 is an or. Our inequalities are already separated, so all we have to do is solve each of them. I'm going to add 5 to both sides on this side. 3 times y is less than negative 3. Divide by a 3, and I get y is less than negative 1. On the right equation, I'm going to add 1 to both sides. 2y is greater than 6. I'm going to divide both sides by 2, and y is greater than 3. So remember, this is an or. Either solution will fit. Kind of like your mom saying, you can clean the bathroom or you can clean the kitchen. She's happy with either one. So you can be bigger than 3 or you can be less than negative 1. And each of those work. In the next example, we have the same type of problems, except in this example, we have to divide by a negative in each of them. So remember, when you divide by a negative, you're going to flip the inequality. So right now, I want you to pause your video and try number 3. So if you need to rewatch the video or call over an adult for help, please do so. If not, head on over to the independent practice. Either way, now is a great time to do some math.